My name is Brad Warner. I'm the executive chef at Atwood Kitchen and Bar Room. Today we'll be preparing our boneless barbecue pork short rib. To begin with, we're going to prepare the spice rub for our short rib. We're going to start with a half a cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, a half a tablespoon of smoked paprika, and a half a cup of smoked sea salt. We're just going to whisk this together here in a bowl. Make sure it's combined well, that there's no clumps, so that we can season up our pork spare ribs. So we're going to season the ribs generously on both sides. We just want to make sure that the flavor penetrates through the ribs as we're cooking them. Our next step is we're going to wrap them in plastic wrap and aluminum foil. This is going to help seal in the flavor and the juices while we're cooking. Just keeping them nice and full flavor, give it that umami flavor that we're really looking for as it cooks in the oven. After they're wrapped, we're going to place them in a 275-degree oven for 6 hours. Our next step after we pull them out of the oven is we're going to poke some holes in the aluminum foil and the plastic to allow some of the steam and heat to escape. Now that they've cooled off a little bit, we're going to remove the bones and the cartilage from the spare ribs. We want to be very thorough here, making sure to get out all the little pieces of cartilage and any pieces of bone. We also want to make sure to remove the silver skin, which is the layer of connective tissue that lines the backside of the ribs. Any extra silver skin is just going to be chewy in the final product. Our next step is we're going to fuse the 2 racks of ribs together. Here at the restaurant we use something called Activa, which is a meat glue, I guess is the best way to describe it. But for you at home, if you don't have Activa, you just need to wrap them up very tightly so that they will form together when they're cooling. Wrap them in plastic. We want to make sure that it's tight, that we get out all the air and make sure that they're really tightly fused together. And then we'll place them in the cooler to chill overnight. Now that they've cooled and everything is sealed together, we're going to cut about 2-inch thick slices out of the spare ribs. We're going to glaze them with our house-made barbecue sauce while they're reheating. You can use any barbecue sauce that you have at home, but one trick is I like to add a little bit of the leftover jus from the spare ribs to give it a little bit more flavor and a little bit more umami. We want to reheat these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. Here at Atwood, we serve our short rib with our chili cornbread waffles. We also serve it, just like all ribs should be served, with a little bit of coleslaw. We do a sesame oil-based coleslaw with a little bit of spice and chilies as well, just to give it some brightness and make it a little more interesting.